Hello everyone, this is the CRT Productions, and today we'll be continuing this little project on setting up 9 old HP Elitebook 6930p notebook computers from 2008 that I got off of eBay in a big lot. They all appear to be in very good condition, if not new old stock, and I have gotten new batteries for them, which are just off screen over there stacked up. Behind me I've got a bunch of old SSDs here. They're only 64 gigabytes, but we're installing Windows Vista on them, so you know it's going to take a while to fill that up with Windows Vista. And I have found our first defective unit. This one right here appears to have a bad optical drive. It won't read any discs that I put in it. So this stuff does not come without its risks, everyone, so be forewarned if you plan to try this yourself. Anyway, let's go ahead and continue this. I have set up 2 of them successfully so far, in addition to the one I put Windows XP on, and this will be my 4th one overall so far, plus the one that's defective, of course, so can't forget that one, although I might try. So I got this one started at around 2:42 p.m. and we're going to go ahead and accept that, do a custom install. We'll just see how quickly I can get this one in particular set up. No drive found. Alright, so this one is officially rolling here on installing Windows Vista there. This process will take a little bit of time. We'll see exactly how long it takes. I recorded the time at which I started it up and get an approximation on that. This particular one is in pretty nice condition. You can see there some of what I mentioned in the first video, some of the meltiness on the touchpad buttons there, and the track point buttons are in pretty nice shape. See there, those little kind of look like water droplets on them. Those are just little bumps. They don't feel particularly nice, but it's in pretty good shape. The keyboard is perfect pretty much, and if we look at the top here, we get that very unfortunate reality. This one has a little crack in it. Something impacted it right there. Created that. That's very interesting shape to it. I don't know what could have caused that, but the rest of the lid is in immaculate condition, just like the rest of the system. But it's functioning. It is expanding the files, so I will rejoin you once the files are expanded. Alright, well, looks like we just finished expanding the files. We just saw a reboot here. As soon as we're done installing Windows, I can go ahead and swap the disk out and go ahead and put it in this other one that I've just got the drive installed in. And we'll get Windows expanding those files on that one while I install the drivers on this one. So let's go ahead and complete that installation, get rid of this ant, yuck, and put my little driver drive here, which has all the magical things needed to get a system like this working in 2024. Alright, there we go. We'll go ahead and type my username there. The generic username we'll use in stuff, whatever. Let's go ahead and switch this down to Eastern time. We'll set up the time later. Thank you very much. By later I mean once I get it set up with the network on it. And we'll go ahead and check that performance out very quickly. And there's our desktop. Let's go ahead and get rid of the sidebar. Close the sidebar. Find out where we can find the sidebar again. And plug in that USB drive. As I mentioned previously, we will be trying to find the button on the optical drive to eject that. I'll go and put this in the other system in just a moment. There's all the drivers for this thing. We'll go ahead and get the first one installing, and I'll go put the disk in the next one. That looks like it is some kind of BIOS update. Go ahead and install that. Alright, it's time to restart now to install important updates. Go ahead and restart the computer, and that will be the last driver we install. And we'll see exactly how long it took. Alright, well, the volume was a bit low. That's on me though. I turned it down a little bit, and when it installed the audio driver, and automatically sets the volume to 100%. And there it is. And at 3:33 p.m., so that would mean 44 minutes it took me to install this. So, yeah, a little bit of time, but under an hour. Fully set up with all the drivers. No software, but drivers are installed on this thing now. I'm going to move on to the next one, which is sitting there waiting for me to type a username right now. Well, I'm pretty happy to report that it was a relatively uneventful weekend of setting up old Windows Vista computers here. The only issue that I had was the one that's sitting on the shelf right back there. The optical drive seems to be shot on it. It's not surprising. It was the same situation with the previous lot of HP compact laptops that I purchased a while back. One of them had a defective optical drive. I have purchased a replacement for that one, and we'll see if that fixes it. But when you put a disc in it, it makes a funny noise and says, doesn't say that, basically, unfortunately. It says that there's an error and no disc was detected. But all of the rest of them do pretty much what you see this one doing right here. I picked out a random one here, and this one's all set up. You can see it has the Light Scribe drive software set up on it, which is part of the driver downloads page on the HP website. So, you know, maybe somebody out there wants to burn a Light Scribe disk, who knows. But once again, these things do have a Core 2 Duo P8600 at 2.4 gigahertz, 4 gigabytes of RAM, the Radeon HD 3450, and yeah, they're built like a rock. They are solid. These were designed for throwing in a bag, getting on a plane, going to another part of the world, and getting whatever needed to be done. Brand new batteries in all of them. Let's see where this one is. This one's around 50%. Where is it? Come on, Vista. There you go. 51%. It says 59 minutes remaining. I think that's a bit of a low estimate right there. These batteries will last pretty decently. I'd say probably at least 3 hours. I did use my one that have Windows XP set up on for quite a while on battery power. I didn't measure it exactly, but it was around 3 hours. So the batteries last decently compared to most laptops at this time period. But I didn't have much trouble setting up the drivers. It was pretty straightforward. You have to get some things in order. Certain things have to be installed before others, especially if you're setting up the HP security suite, whatever it's called. There's a suite of software and things that control like security features in the BIOS, the fingerprint sensor, and things like that. A good starting point is that software suite, as well as the Intel chipset driver and, of course, your wireless drivers. You want to get that stuff installed right off the bat. Graphics driver, of course, audio driver, of course, all the basic functionality of your computer, and then you can get into the more advanced things. But as far as buying a lot of old computers on eBay is concerned, my best bit of advice for you would probably be check the seller out. Make sure that you know, they're trustworthy. They know what they're doing. They have sold lots of laptops before. I wouldn't recommend buying from Goodwill. Goodwill often sells lots of laptops, but it's usually just junk, stuff that's in really bad condition. The type of thing you'd expect people to give away, not necessarily something like this, which appears to be new old stock. It's very nice, still in working condition. You just don't know about that stuff. You'd prefer to see some photos of them working, tested. Look for the word tested. Have the laptops been tested, or are they completely untested? We have no idea if they work or not. If you're a gambling man, maybe you want to try one of those out, but I can't say I recommend that. There are tons of opportunities to buy stuff like this. Not necessarily these that, again, being brand new, appearing to be brand new. That's kind of an anomaly, but there are tons of organizations out there, especially the government, constantly cycling through these laptops much more often than this. You'll find lots of laptops from 2019, 2020, even 2021. I wouldn't be surprised to find lots of Dell or HP business notebooks being sold for much, much cheaper than what they cost brand new. Some of these things can cost thousands of dollars when they're new, and then you can go on eBay and find a lot of 5 to 10 of them and get it for a few $100s. So, if you're able to find something like that, find some laptops that are still in high demand, or if you want to go retro like this, there are a lot of people out there that don't want to buy an old laptop and set it up themselves, but they do want something with an old operating system on it, like Windows XP or Windows Vista, for whatever software testing purposes they may have, or just running older software. It have some software that doesn't run on Windows 10 or 11 for some reason. There are plenty of people out there that are looking for stuff like this, I have found out, and over the last couple years, selling stuff like this on eBay. So it's a fun project, at least for someone like me personally, and you might make a buck off of it. So everyone's a winner. I thank you for watching this little project here. Perhaps I'll make a part 3 once I have these sold. Let you know how that process went. And until then, it'll probably be a while. Thank you for watching, and stay safe out there.